My name is Seraphina, the Masked Lady. I was once human. Since then, I have lived many lives. I have been loved and reviled, adored and despised, been the child of a poor prostitute and a courtesan revered by thousands. When I was a child, a stranger with no face offered me the ability to move between the worlds. Since then, my every death has led to a new life. I once had a true love. He was ripped away from me when I was murdered in the 18th century. I search for him still. In the meantime, I walk in the shadows behind the universe, visiting realms both exquisite and terrible and bringing back stories and rhymes to amaze the mind and enchant the ear. Through my YouTube channel, I send the stories out into the world, hoping that my true love will hear them and reply. Hoping, if he does not, that I will find in the other souls who listen kindred spirits to help ease the pain. What of you, stranger? Did you come here tonight seeking a mystery? Do you hunger for a spark of excitement, for the dark thrill of fear? Will you listen as my tales unfold, knowing that some may very well take on lives of their own? Consider, stranger, whether you have the courage to walk between the worlds with Seraphina, the Masked Lady. Hello, my darkly delicious darlings. It's lovely to see you again. Let me wish you a very warm welcome to the channel. What have you been up to since we spoke last? The weather in my hometown has been gorgeous recently. With blue skies and sunshine galore, I may have spent too much time lazing around in my garden. That said, it's always good to take time out from the rush and hurry of life, and I do feel much better after soaking in the sun. I enjoyed sharing a rhyming story with you recently, so I've brought you another one. The Fairy Lass. I live between the rolling downs and the bright, silver sea. I sit upon the stony beach and look out mournfully. For, though this gentle land cradles both friends and family, I still wait here for the fair lass that holds the heart of me. I met her when I was still young, walking on a hill green, upon which red-haired cows do roam. From there, you see the scene of colored houses close together marching to the sea. In those days, I could while away hours up there happily. I was sat by the standing stone dreaming my happy dreams, as I watched water sliding down the steep hillside in streams. When I first heard a song so sweet, to hear it was like pain. Even the flowers of the field leaned into the refrain. I looked around for the song's source, but no one could I see. And yet the yearning, longing sound continued endlessly. I stood feet bare upon the grass and turned into the wind, and my heart stuttered to see Florbelle approaching. Of course, I didn't know her name, then I just saw a she, whose lips, the hue of coral rose, formed the bright melody. It was so sweet it could have been called from the earth like spring, in the heart of a harsh blizzard with thick snow still lying. The angel I'd one day call Belle was decked out quite strangely. Her dress was formed of leaves and flowers through which my eyes could see glimpses of fair skin flushed with pink like a tender new rose. Her limbs were lithe and firm beneath the downfall of her clothes. Her feet were bare upon the sod, her dainty toenails green. Her fingernails also reflected the hues of the scene. Her hair was a soft golden fall shot through with skeins of red, as though a crown of glowing metal flourished on her head. Her eyes were a bright violet hue, both sparkling and rare. A strength and a merry courage sparked up and dazzled there. The way she walked was like a dance, the fairest I had seen. Her head held high as if of all fresh joy, she was the queen. I watched the woman for longer than I should, some might say. Before informing her, another person shared her day. But her presence was something there, like a fine symphony. And at first glance, she had entranced, embraced and captured me. So it was she who discovered a woman all alone, gazing at her with rapturous eyes from beside the bell stone. When she did, I froze, expecting rancor, fear, or fury. So I was shocked when merry laughter floated towards me. She approached me, then knelt beside me when I shrank away. I opened my mouth but could not think of what I should say. She smiled again. "Hail, mortal fair," was what she said to me. "It has been some time since I walked through this southern county. Still, sure I am, I've never seen a maid so good and rare. I'm no foul troll seeking human meat to stalk my dark lair." I managed. "What's your name? Why are you speaking to me?" "I am a princess," the girl said. "My guards lost track of me. And since my freedom is soon to be curtailed for so long, I gave wings to my feet and came where men sing happy songs." "Freedom curtailed as in prison?" I asked. She looked dismayed, but nodded fiercely, her head thrown back. "I'm not afraid. I am a fairy stock. We live with full intensity. I'm glad I broke my cage, even if Oberon flays me." "Oberon, that's the fairy king," my companion nodded. "And a royal bastard he is. That's why I've often fled to your bright world where I may walk freely, without constraint. Here, people see me as I am, without Oberon's taint. Now he has decreed I will marry somebody so foul. Even the dogs of fairy hunters look at him and howl. In the end, I'll have to submit, but ere that moment comes, I intend to let freedom guide me and have some good fun. I'm going to drink, dance, and twirl and carouse happily, until I fix all that is good inside my memory. I know we have only just met, but I am of the Fae. If you will take me to your home to rest at close of day, I'll pay you. If you'll be my guide in the sources of joy, I'll give you jewels and precious things for you now to enjoy. I swear, you'll have no cause to repent meeting me today. If you will allow me, I'll give you everything you pray." She raised my hand up to her lips and caressed it gently. My heart caught in my chest as she laid her lips upon me. I didn't kiss back, but I drank her in like pouring rain. There was no cruelty in her touch, no roughness or sharp pain. I breathed her in flowers, gingerbread, Turkish delight, spring rain. Every scent, both wild and fair, went dancing through my brain. I'd never kissed a girl before, nor thought I wanted to. Yet, at that moment, strong desire came sweeping my soul through. I leaned towards her, and she lifted her face to meet me. Magic sparked as our two mouths touched, and we kissed passionately. Emboldened, I raised up my hands to run them through her hair, but they passed through them as if the strands were made of air. And yet the gold threads stroked my cheeks. Her arms around were warm. Energy crackled around her as if she held a storm. Soon after, we loved for the first time underneath a tree, with the soft green grass for our bed and the wind from the sea to cool us when we ran too hot. I felt like I would soar upon the wings of what I'd found now and forevermore. But you must know, as all men do, that what first seems to be strong and so enduring that it will last eternally can crumble to dust in your hands and in the wind away, leaving the holder all alone without a prayer to pray. Still, in the moment, I was happy while she was with me. Belle was a spirit blithe and strong. Small things made her happy. She showed no partiality to the sun, snow, or rain. Should the skies smile and shine or blow, she loved them just the same. And she loved my home small and meek, with all her gentle heart. When I first brought her home with me, she adored every part. There was not a corner nor curtain that she did not bless, and never seemed to notice untidiness, dust, or mess. She loved my bedroom, tall and bright, with its view of the sea, and the sweet breeze that flowed across my small brick balcony. And oh, what happiness we knew! Belle's touch was like a fire. It was as if my life before had never known desire. I combusted in those sweet days, and yet I melted too. Her kisses were a yearning bliss, her touch as cool as dew. She was so merry you would have thought she'd never known pain. Perhaps she was determined not to think of it again. Of course, I loved her. How could I not? She was a delight. She was so clever, witty, well-read, all a woman might desire in someone that she loved, but I could not say so. For she had told me if I did, then she would have to go. For 3 months, we ate, slept, danced, sang, and laughed our long love's day. We jumped in puddles and the rain rolled in the grass and hay, and climbed up hills and mountain tops and looked across the land, to see the fields and rivers shine as if by God's command. Often, we went to the place we met by the standing stone. We drank the crystal waters there where the downward stream flowed, and laughed to hear the red cows low in surprise at our glee. I still remember how it felt to lie there happily. For 3 months, my emotions swelled. In the end, though I knew what sorrow would follow the words, I soon breathed, "I love you." I thought perhaps that I'd have time to see her on her way. One last hug, maybe a soft kiss, but she vanished away. Yes, she vanished, my lover fair, my darling Lady Belle. And I both blessed and cursed her name. I wished I'd never fell. And yet I swore I would not have lost her dear memory. And now I think of her whenever I sit by the sea. What of Oberon's fair daughter? Did she, in fact, marry the ugly, powerful being of which she spoke to me? I do not know. I cannot tell. Though many years of men have passed around, and by me, I have not seen her again. And this I warn, if you climb to the hills above the sea, and there, walking in a flowered dress, you meet a lady, only give to the girl your heart if you will have it gone. Forever from its cage of bone, for she will bear it on when she leaves you. Since Belle left me, I've tried to love again. I've warmed to the fair spirits of sons and daughters of men, but nothing could I give to them, for all the love in me had traveled back with Lady Belle to the land of Faery. So now, upon the beach, alone, I speak to God in prayer, that, when I die, my mortal spirit might join my Belle there. If not her lover or her wife, I will her servant be, and breathe no word of love, but only live it happily. For once, I loved a fairy lass in my home by the sea, and ever will that fairy lass retain the heart of me. When I first heard this rhyme, it was being sung in the court of Lord Culzean by his favorite bard. I loved its bittersweetness and the slight melancholy of the ending. What about you? Did you like it, or was it too sad for your taste? Are you enjoying the rhyming stories, or do you prefer prose? Comment below and let me know. Tonight I will be returning to the Wales of the 12th century. A wedding is happening tomorrow, and I have agreed to tell one of the stories at the celebration. I hope to see you all again next week for another tale. See you soon!